Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is about Lampang, but we're going to cross over this bridge, which I'll tell you more about in a second. On the other side of the bridge is northern Lampang city, and it's the old part, the original first two settlements of Lampang can be found over there. So we'll explore those in this video. Plus, we'll walk over this bridge and I'll tell you a bit of history about it as we're going over. So I'm standing right outside, or just inside actually, the old part of Old Lampang with this gate which is called Pratu Ma Gate. Ma means horse, Pratu means gate. So actually in English it means gate, horse, gate. Oh well, never mind. Something got lost in translation there. But anyway, this is a heavily reconstructed view of how this particular gate once looked during Lanna times. Off of this wall is part of the old original wall that once encircled this old part of Lampang. So let's go and take a look. As you can see, we've got a busy road that goes right through this gate. On the outside it's got a moat. A lot of old settlements in Northern Thailand have walls and moats. Keep all the invading armies out. But just down here, we'll take a wander down here. We can actually, excuse the siren going past, we can actually climb up on the wall here. And there's a little shrine up the top, so we'll take a look at that. But you can see the wall going all the way around. It actually bends to the right down the bottom there. Let's take a look up here. And there's the shrine. So we're now on top of the wall, get a better view. This is something you can't do in Chiang Mai. People do climb up on parts of the wall and they shouldn't be allowed. They've got signs up warning people not to do it. But this being Asia, look, there's nothing stopping me from falling to a very nasty injury down there. But you can see a moat just outside. So obviously the moat's on the outside of the wall. So just outside this gate is an information board in English explaining the history of Lampang. And I thought I'd just spend a little time going through the history here. So Lampang is said to be founded back in 680 as Khelang Nakhon. And on this map you can see where we are. If I just highlight it, this is where the gate is, and you can see that the original settlement of Lampang is in this area. Now, Khelang Nakhon actually means conch-shaped city, after the city walls built on the banks of the Wang River, which resembled a conch shell. According to legends and writings from the Hariphunchai period, which is today's modern-day Lamphun, the founder and first ruler of Lampang was a guy called Phra Chao Anantayot, the son of Queen Camadevi, the legendary first ruler of Hariphunchai. This proved to be an important strategic move by the Hariphunchai Kingdom, as Lampang is separated from the rest of the far north of Thailand by the Khun Tan Range of mountains. And this range has historically been a barrier that separates the northern kingdoms of Hariphunchai and Lanna from the other kingdoms of the central plains of Thailand, such as Sukhothai and Ayutthaya. After King Mangrai moved his forces into the Ping River Valley at today's Chiang Mai in the late 1200s, he succeeded in conquering the Hariphunchai Kingdom in 1292. This was the era in which Lampang would emerge as a more significant city and was called Lakhon. At this time, the city walls were expanded to the southwest and reinforced to consolidate Lanna power. During the 19th century, the area to the south of the Wang River was developed, and this area was called Nakhon Lampang, and you can watch a video all about that in the top right hand corner. So we've just come outside the old city walls, and this is the first of two abandoned temples. This is Wat Phra Chao, sorry, get my teeth in. I'll just show you some information about it. So just down the road from where we were, we've got an even more impressive ruin. This is actually part of a more modern temple complex. I'll put the name of the temple up on the screen. Plus, as always, I'll put all the locations, the Google Map locations, the links to those in the description down below. And we got a visitor. Hello. You gonna be friendly, dog? Hello. No, you're not interested. Okay. He's not interested. The stupa here is very, very impressive. It's obviously been reconstructed and patched up over the years, but it's a mighty stupa. So we've just come about 2 kilometers north from the Pratu Ma Gate, and this is quite an impressive series of stupas here, and it's called Wat Phra Chedi Sao. Sao in the local dialect here, I just read a information board, means 20 because there's 20 stupas here. Nobody really knows the date of when they were constructed, but there's a local legend, like there normally is in Thailand, which says that 2 monks came from India about 2,000 years ago and spread the teachings of Buddha, and the local prince was pretty impressed with the stories and asked each monk for 10 hairs, and each hair was placed in a stupa, or in a chedi, so that's why there's 20 chedis. This temple is actually 2 temples in one. It's called Wat Pong Sanuk Tai on one side, I think the left hand side, and Wat Pong Sanuk Tai, and the latter temple is the oldest, said to be the oldest part of the temple, and one of the oldest temples in the city, because apparently its history can be traced back to when the city was founded in 680 AD. So I think this is the old bit, or certainly a much older bit of the temple. This is a raised platform. You can see it's got very small bricks, which normally indicate that it's quite an old structure. And then we've got a temple building and a stupa on top, which we'll take a look at in a second. So this street, they have in the evenings a cultural kind of market. Obviously I've come here during the day because I'm doing some sightseeing. It's very, very quiet here. In fact, the whole of Lampang, I've only seen a handful of tourists, probably about a dozen Western tourists, and this is my second day here, so it's very quiet. But this is like the main sort of street through the old part of Lampang. So we're just going to take a look around. There's a very old temple which is just the other way. So this old part of Lampang was like many other places in Northern Thailand. It was surrounded by walls, and we've got remnants here of parts of the wall. But this temple is actually named after one of the gates that was in the wall. So you can definitely see here we're in the temple complex now. We were just outside this wall, and now we can clearly see it going down the left hand side of this temple complex. So this is the largest temple complex within the old part of Lampang, and this temple's called Wat Phra Chedi Sao, and there's quite a bit of history associated with this temple, which I'm going to tell you over voiceover as we're going around. So this temple is the most important in the city, as it once housed the Emerald Buddha that's now in Bangkok between 1436 and 1468. According to legend, lightning struck the Chedi of Wat Phra Chao in Chiang Mai. Inside this Chedi they found the image of the Emerald Buddha. In 1436, King Samphenkan, the 8th ruler of the Lanna Kingdom, decided to bring the statue from Chiang Mai to Chiang Mai. It was placed on the back of an elephant, but for some reason the animal refused to go to Chiang Mai and instead headed for Lampang. The king decided to redirect the procession, and finally the statue ended up here. In the end, they moved the statue to Chiang Mai after 32 years, after finding a willing elephant to bring it to Wat Chedi Sao, where it stayed until 1551. However, the temple site is said to date back a lot further in time, as it's believed to have been built by the ruler of Lampang during the Hariphunchai Kingdom in the 7th century. And the temple complex actually includes another temple, which you can see the name of here is Wat Suchadaram, and they decided to amalgamate both temples into one big complex here because they're literally right on top of each other. Okay, so we've just come back into the old part of Lampang, into what's known as the forestry area, which is near the bridge that we crossed over early this morning. And this whole area was dominated by the British logging companies. And as I said in another video, they brought in a lot of Burmese. So there's lots of wooden buildings here, including this place, which has been redone up now, and it's looks like a private residence. And I took a photo of this house back in 2008, the last time I was in Lampang, and you can see the difference. Quite stark difference. To say, there's some beautiful old wooden buildings all over this area, which we're going to explore. Well, this is a shame. This is a beautiful wooden teak building. It's called Baan Sao Nak. Sao Nak means many pillars, as it stands on 116 pillars. And there's a big red banner posted here on the fence outside. I'm guessing it's gone out of business. It used to be a museum. In fact, the last time I was in Lampang it was open, so I'll show you some pictures of how it was. But as well as the main house, it's also got a granary here. And this is the rather spectacular house of Louis Leonowens, who was quite a prominent logging trader. Doesn't look like we can get inside the house, but it's only recently been renovated. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then give me a big thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel down below. Until the next video, see you later.